Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to the channel and also welcome back to Bevington Farm. Gonna have a steady one today. In this one we've got some things to tick off the list, but I finally did get the bales sorted out, so let me just quickly show you that. Got a stack in here and the original kind of like OG bales. So we've got 5 there that are fermented. We've got a lot of bales though, a lot. Doing well. I mean, it would have been even more as well, but I did notice that I'd, by mistake put the moisture kind of bonus yield up to 120. Don't know how I did that. I haven't got a clue. But it's down to the standard 100% now. I also put 2 stacks here. These are auto load in. There was just so many that I decided to use a bit of auto load. Got 2 stacks and half a stack kind of like on top. And then another one here. So you can see what I mean. I've got loads of silage bales. I like having this as the spot, because obviously when we do my feed mix, probably like in the core of the farm there, it just makes sense to do. So we just need to get a load of hay now, stack them up inside. We've got the automatic kind of storage points for that. I'll keep them out the rain. Got this one over here. I think this holds about 250. So pretty much hay's going to go there. So easy days. Still waiting on the equipment though. Put the search out, the hunt's out for the second-hand market. We got couple of things that I've I showed you originally in the episode before that the tractors we're going for. We're going to go for a smaller tractor that's around like less than 100. I'm going to go for that 690T, I think it was 690T Massey Ferguson with a front loader attachment on. That's going to kind of do the bales around the yard and bits and bobs. And then I've gone for around a 200 horsepower tractor that's going to go out in the fields, do a bit more, maybe muck spreading. And then I've got my 300. And obviously my 150 with the Fiat. That's it. I was going to say Fendt, but yeah, the Fiat Agri. So I've got a good range there and 4 good tractors. And I think for this size farm, that's probably about spot on. I also bought some Rennie wrap and some kind of like net wrap as well because, well, I did that many bales. I pretty much ran out, so I had to buy some more. The money as well, let me quickly show you the money, just because I did take out the loan ready for the equipment to come in. So we got another £250,000 loan just to get it all sorted. I did put a search out for a couple of mowers as well because I want to go to a butterfly. So we will sell the other mowers when that happens. Let's just have a quick look. Nothing's come in. Got that bale trailer though, cheap, but I've already got one, which is such a shame. I've actually got that exact one. But let me just quickly show you the mower setup that I went on and decided that's the way to go. It's these two. So go with the Class front and back, kind of like butterfly mowers. So these are the two. It's like 60,000. So if we get it for half price, let's say potentially, fingers crossed, that's like 30,000. We're good. But then with the 2 tractors, that 250,000 is needed, and it's nice to have a bit of cash back because I was running around 15 grand. So yeah, need to do that and sort that out. Interesting one about the sheep as well. 2 sheep died. It's my fault. I was proper faffing. Proper faffing. Let me just put all the apply all the monitors to the sheep that I've got now. But I am back up to 5. Yeah, basically I got about 4, and then 2 died as I kind of slept and went into this in-game day after I did the mowing, because I just didn't think about the fact that there was no food there, because obviously I'm relying mainly on the meadow grass, but that meadow grass hasn't taken yet. Neither is it, it's not done that also. So neither for the cows that are out. So I put a few bales in with the cows, but I do need to do a feed mix. That's going to be our first task just for the beef stock, because it's consuming like 10,000 litres a day. So what I did put in there is just completely gone. But we got 5 brilliant sheep here. So this time round, we're not going to lose them. We don't need to worry about doing an update. But we've got 5 really good genetic sheep that are going to hopefully breed out. I think one's already got a lamb. Well, 2 lambs coming on the way. So I think it's like 6 months or something. And then, we'll be getting some. Pretty good for the sheep. All the animals are set. We're not going to worry too much about that in this episode. But I will sell them at some point. I will sell the mowers. Right, so let's get a feed mix done. We're going to go and do some other stuff after it. I did buy this trailer, 5,000. Very cheap and cheerful. I wanted a smaller trailer to kind of haul things. I've got some wool pallets that have been there since pretty much the start that I need to go and get, and I'm just going to put them on this trailer. But we're going to first do a feed mix. Very straightforward feed mix. I mean, I'd like to have my tractors and everything. I was going to play on the small holding, but I need to actually, this is how crazy it's been. It's been that long since I've been on the small holding. I actually need to watch my last episode to get an idea of where I was. I know I was doing a massive contract with that Ford. I actually feel sorry for that Ford because it was the biggest field ever and it was doing a contract for me that I needed the money on. But I don't know anything. I literally have forgotten where I was. I know I had soybeans in the field. And there's probably not much else going on because it's, you know, it's a small holding and it was never going to be anything too much going on. But I do need to go back and watch myself, you know, my own videos just to kind of refresh. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be getting back onto the small holding because I really like the idea of that series just because it's something a little bit different. But I've put a lot of work in recently on this Bevington farm, and I want to kind of carry on and play. So I thought. We'll get 2 episodes done on Bevington, and then we'll go from then on, kind of alternating and just doing as much as we can. I've done so much work recently, and I think this episode is just going to be nice to have a chat about everything because, you know, it's taking so long. I'm almost fed up of GE. Like, I love doing stuff in GE as well, so it's crazy for me to say that, but it's a lot of work to do, like this kind of farm edit, get it all ready, knowing that people are going to download it, and it kind of puts a bit of pressure on you because you want to make sure everything's right. You know, you're going to get a lot of questions. Sometimes the most straightforward questions are what gets asked the most, or a mod conflict. I've had people say, yeah, that mods and things are, well, basically they've got issues, but it's always down to a mod. I've noticed as well with this feed mixer, it's like it's missing a collision right at the end because the bale always drops through. But if I drop it to the front of the feed mixer, it's fine. Really strange, because I'm sure this is a base game feed mixer. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty certain it is. But see what I mean? So that will always drop out. Let's just quickly look at that, because that's properly irritating. I might have to just do it myself, just put a collision in. Animals, where are you? So yeah, that... Right, which one am I using? Am I using this one? So no, it's a modded one. I take it back. It's not Giant's fault. It's this one. I need to sort that out. I need to put a collision into this back end of this feed mixer because I am, getting that quite a lot, especially with the round bales. Because if you got one already in, it kind of just drops to the backside. Yeah, but no, going back to the work I was doing in GE, I really enjoyed it making the Bevington farm. But then I've also had to do a lot of the work in the farmhand. And I don't mind saying to everyone, like, the farmhand, my plan is to move it to Hereford. Herefordshire by Bullet Bill. That map is outstanding. I keep, as I've been doing some stuff in GE to kind of set up the farmhand area and what I want that story to be. Hey, up, search successful. That is perfect timing. We'll come back to the farm, and I know some people are probably really interested to know what's going on with the farm, but let's go and have a look at this search because I want to know which one it is. We will have to go and pick it up though, and I do need to go down to the store because I want to do some spraying in this episode. So yeah, well, this is feed mixing. We can have a quick look at that. So let's just drop that there. We don't need to put anything else in. I do have mineral feed, but I never seem to bang it in because the bales are like 5,000 each. So that's 2 silage bales, that's 10,000. Then 8,000 on the hay bales. And the capacity is 18,000, so I don't even have the space for it. But I have got a silo just round the corner here, this green one, that's actually got mineral feed in. So I could use that from time to time, but there's just no need with the capacity. But anyway, let's have a look at this. So, oh, it looks like the Massey Ferguson then has come in. So let's grab this. How cool is that? We are going to go up to the 90 though, which we'll put an extra bit on. You can see it's going to put the price up. And then we want to go... I want to see if I can get weighted wheels, at the back, because obviously we're picking up bales from the front a lot. So let's put the weighted wheels on. We got the 690T. Not too fussed about any of this. Don't need a fender, but I mean, what do I prefer it? Do you know what I prefer about the fenders? I'm going to leave them off this time. Don't need a beacon. Don't need a front weight, but we do need the front loader. So that's that. I would like to put an old style reg plate, but we haven't got them with these reg plates that are on Calmsden, basically, or Oakbridge. We only have like the new modern ones, so unfortunately I'm just gonna have to kind of like stick with something. Let's just say it was made in, I don't know, 51, and that'll do the job for now. I know it's not ideal because it's probably going to have an old plate on, and I've noticed the plates don't work very well with it, even though this is an outstanding mod by an outstanding modder that does release to Mod Hub. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. It's like Blau or I don't know, Blue or something. I'll put the modder's name up now just so I don't butcher it anymore, but he is brilliant at these kind of old school tractors. So there we go, 20,000. I think that's a bargain for a tractor. So 20,000. We're also going to need a very small, well, we're going to need a weight, so we may as well get that now, and a front loader for it. So we've gone with this size. I mean, do we go with the 4 meter? Hoping that will lift up over. I think anything else might be a bit, a bit too much. Let's go for Massey Ferguson red. Could go for the grey. That would match the Massey Ferguson. Do you know what? We will go for the grey, actually. Is that grey? Doesn't look very grey, does it? Is there another grey? That's 2 grey. Yeah, I'm going to say that. That should be spot on. Let's buy that. See, that's 7.5 on its own. That's crazy. I won't buy any attachments just yet. Just because I think we might have a few that I can just kind of modify if needed. Change the colours because they're going to be the blue of the New Holland. But let's get a suitable weight for the back side of it, for the rear of the tractor, to hold the bales that we're going to be lifting. Now, this will need a good weight. It's not going to be a heavy tractor, and even with them weighted wheels at the back side of it, it's not going to be enough. So I'm going to say like maybe a 2-ton weight is probably going to be about where I need to be. That's 1.2. I also ideally want it to, I mean, that's a nice weight. That's 1 ton. I mean, 2 ton might be a bit crazy, actually, thinking about it. See, that's not a bad weight, and that's 2 ton. It's just massive, that's all. I mean, that is huge. So we're not going to go with that. Right, let's get this one. This actually looks spot on, and we'll get all that stuff when we go down. Well, I don't think we'll actually bring it back, but it will do the job. But we can have a quick look at it. I do just want to go and grab basically some liquid fertiliser and some herbicide to get this spraying on the go. But first, we really need to get the cows fed in this field. They've pretty much got hardly anything, and they consume loads. So if we can just drop this full 18,000 in, it will do the job. We've got plenty of feed now that we've all got all that silage and quite a bit of hay left. Not loads of hay, but enough to tie us over until we're making some more, hopefully. And if not, we'll just have to feed silage. But hopefully the meadow grass will kick in soon anyway. Probably like the 1st of May. But there we go, let's get this in. And we'll have a quick look. So they have got some bales of grass that I put in. So as I was waiting for it to ferment, I just dropped some fresh grass bales in. This is the outside cows that they're consuming like 10,000 a day. So the ones we're feeding now. But we'll be fine with like 5,000. And we should have one more, which is the outdoor milkers that have got 8,000. So let's have a look at our food consumption. So the milkers have probably got another day. So they might need a feed mix. These ones that are indoor are actually feeding quite a lot there, aren't they? 1,200 for just 2 cows is quite a lot. That's because it's just 2 bulls. But it'll last them. It'll last them until, well, it'll basically last them for quite some time. But at least the beef stock have got some feed now. So let's move on to our next job. But I'll get back to the farmhand. So obviously I was doing a lot of GE work basically with Bevington Farm and then also on Herefordshire setting up. Now the map is stunning. I don't really need to do hardly anything to it. It's a masterpiece. It really is. I keep turning that game on and it looks visually better than FS25 to me. I don't know how Bullet Bill's done it. He's just a magician, but it looks visually better than FS25. It just looks more crisp, more detailed. It's almost like it's been set with a higher like clarity. It's crazy, but so it's perfect for the farmhand. And my plan is to move from like how I'm doing it now, which is like 260 episodes. I'm going to rename and restructure the current episodes. So they've basically got like season 1 was at Carmson, season 2 is going to be at Court Farm, and then season 3 is now going to be at Herefordshire. And then season 4, which is going to be the transition to FS25, will be Whitcomb Park. Now, I've got to wait for that, and the perfect thing about moving now to another map technically on 22, but looking amazing with new features and everything, it allows me to keep things fresh and doing new things, but yeah, tell some new stories as well, which is only going to be a good thing. So I'm really excited for it, and I've done a bit of work in it for NG, because that's why I had the weekend not making any content for the farmhand, any videos, because I was actually working on the future move and the map that we're going to, which, like I said, I'm really excited for, because it's just a stunning map, absolutely outstanding. I feel very lucky to have the option to use it for the farmhand series, with it not being a map that's released or planned to be released. I personally don't think the map will ever be released, from what the communication I've had. I don't want to speak for other people. It'd be wrong for me to do that. I can just tell you my opinion from the information I've heard and seen. I just personally don't think it won't be released. And yeah, it's there's many reasons why it's a shame, but also many reasons why I can understand at the same time. It's a shame because there's plenty of players out there that wouldn't kind of scavenge it. Wouldn't be a scavenger and just rip parts of it left, right and centre and sell models and use textures and everything else, because like I said, the map is outstanding. It's impressive to look at. There's loads of things in there that you'd be like, right, this would be cool on this map, that'd be cool on this map. So it'd just be like a pack of hyenas ripping it apart, and I can understand why Bullet Bill would not want that. So I feel very lucky basically to have the option to use it for the farmhand. I think it just says like how well the series is done, and yeah, I'm hopefully going to do the map justice and tell some good stories on it with the farmhand and the characters, and have a good laugh at the same time, and show off the map as well. If you're interested in watching the farmhand, I think it's perfect just to have a new scene, a new setting. But yeah, we don't know what the future holds. The map could eventually come out one day. Who knows? I hope so. I do hope so. But I'm just not 100% certain. And I'm not very confident as well. But that's basically what I've been doing. I've been working in GE a lot behind the scenes. I've not made as many videos as I'd like to because of that. But now I'm just ready to play the game again. I'm enjoying FS25 of all the arrows wizardry that he's done. He's making the game for 25 at the moment really enjoyable to play. So, I'm enjoying the fact that I've made Bevington Farm. It's a nice map to just jump on for 25 and play. But at the same time, I'm also excited to still be playing 22 and playing on another map that feels almost fresher and visually better than 25 anyway. I mean, there's positives to 25 and positives to 22 now. So, yeah, hopefully it allows me to keep making some good content for everyone to watch and keep the farmhand going strong. But yeah, we're going to be moving to episode 1 season 3 soon, but obviously the story's got to take a natural path to it. It's not just going to be an overnight thing. Like, basically the next episode's not going to be right, we're now on this map and we've moved and everything. We've got to explain the move and why we go in there and things like that. So it'll take a bit of time, but I'm glad that I took the time away from making the videos to get it all set up, so kind of like that pressure's off me. Anyway, glad to finally talk about that, because I've hinted at it a few times, and people that watched the the Herefordshire cinematic that I did, if you look at the pinned, it was the pinned comment, there's a top comment that I put on at the time, that was basically me saying, looks like a perfect kind of map for the farmhand. There was like a hint to it, which was always the plan. At that point, that was always the plan. So there we go anyway, got the 690T, got a front loader on, looks good. Feel like I've matched that grey up-ish. I mean, it's got to do with a little darker tone to it, but it'll do the job. I mean, the weight's kind of like stunning. The weight's perfect. That'll do the job for that. So we're just going to have to leave that there until we go, and then hopefully can use the follow me mod. But we need to buy now some liquid fertilizer and some herbicide. So let's get that sorted. I'm going to have to put it on because I've got nothing to put it on with. I mean, I could use that front loader now. The one thing I don't need with it is a pallet fork. I need bale spikes. I've got pallet fork already. So I'm going to just place it on as if we paid for the courtesy of, you know, the purchasing the goods, and they kind of load it on our trailer for us. So I'm going to go with 2 IBCs of herbicide. It's always expensive stuff, this is. And then, just trying to think, should we just go for the standard one? I mean, I know these mods are out, but they're very small. And I mean, that's 10 litres. Great for the small hoarding series, they are. Like, these are perfect for that, but we might need a little bit more for this. So let's go with a different brand for the liquid fertilizer, just so it kind of stands out. And I'm going to have to buy, I'm going to have to buy 4 of these because I'm going to need it. It's going to be expensive stuff, but hey-ho. So let's get back around, and we'll just use a bit of super strength. Last time round, I actually bought a kind of like forklift and then placed it there as if it was the stores and we could just use it, but I'd need to get that set up again, wouldn't I? So I think for now, I'll just do this. And I've just realised how big these are. This is not going to be easy. And I don't like using, really, using super strength for this, but it's kind of just what we're going to have to do. Unfortunately. I mean, everything will be set up as well soon. We'll get all the equipment that we need, and we should be ready to rock and roll after that. Do you know one thing as well that's really strange? I haven't even watched Clarkson's Farm yet. Me and the missus, or me and Beanie, basically. Not me and the missus, but yeah, technically me and the missus, but me and Beanie, basically. We decided to hold off until, well, basically until all the episodes are out. But I think they've just come out. I think they're all out now for the season. So I'm going to go and watch that soon. Again, that's been pretty tricky not to watch. So, yeah, crazy, really. I've not watched Clarkson's Farm yet. I've been holding off. But I'll watch it soon. Telling you that now. Right, let's see if we can bring this back. Control F for follow me. There we go. Perfection. So it should now follow us if everything's working well. That mod is a gem of a mod. I remember in FS19, like, it was probably the most used mod. And then we obviously got like things like auto drive, and it become less needed, let's say, because auto drive would do a lot of the stuff and you could plan it out, and you wouldn't need it to follow you, for example. So if you wanted to, say you were mowing grass and then you wanted a rower behind you, you use follow me and it would row behind you. But now you can use like course play and auto drive to just go to a field, do it all itself whilst you're doing something else. So it kind of gives you more options there. But yeah, I mean, I remember in FS19, follow me was the mod to use. It really was, and it's still a brilliant mod that helps out a lot. I've just got to keep in mind that it's probably not going to run at the same speed, and if I get too far ahead of it, it will deactivate. So we'll have to try and probably bring our, let's go to about 21. I think that tractor's probably running at about 21 miles an hour. And we'll bring these back. I mean, this is some serious weight for this Fiat Agri. 6 IBCs filled with liquid has got to be quite heavy. I'm actually back to the farm, the real life farm job that I do 2 days a week. Back tomorrow, which is strange for me because normally Tuesday would be, which is when I'm recording this. I'm recording this on Tuesday this week. Usually I do Monday, Tuesday, but they've asked me to do Tuesday, Wednesday this week. So normally I would be at the farm right now instead of recording this. So, yeah, looking forward to it. I'm actually loving that job. I've not had one job that I've done so far that I've not liked. I mean, milking can be a bit difficult at times, and I think it's just because it's sheep. They can be a pain. Like, they're not the best creatures to milk. They just hate it and they constantly kick them off the units. And because they're not like cows, like sheep can just kick anywhere. They're like Jackie Chan. Just constantly kicking out, like left, right, forward, back, anywhere they want to go. So yeah, you're pretty much at that point just praying that they don't kick you, which they end up doing a lot. So it can be one of the things you start, you're encouraged, you're motivated, then within an hour you're like, for God's sake, stop kicking me. So I'd say that's the the only thing that I've not enjoyed at times, but it's not like I don't want to do the milking. I'm happy to do it. It's an important job for the farm, and yeah, it's part of the job. But I do like, the jobs in the tractors. I think it'd just be ridiculous for me to say that it's not fun. It is. It's brilliantly fun, and it's a highlight when you jump in the tractor and you might be doing some muck spreading, or you get in the telehandler and you're doing some mucking out, or picking up bales and unloading, or you got a trail load of bales, a trail load of bales and you're hauling them. It's awesome. It is. It's really, really fun, and I'm enjoying it. I feel very lucky at times to get out on that farm, and now that it's been like, this will be week 11 now. It's it's been crazy to think of how much time's gone by. Right, so I think we just park this up here. We're going to use... We don't need narrow tyres. We're not at that point yet in the field, so we don't have to worry too much about that. So I might actually just... I'll stop this for starters, and we'll park this up. Let's just park this up here. But you can see that I've got some front loader attachments. Both of them there are front loader attachments, but yeah, let's park the Massey up there. Not too bad for a second-hand Massey. But let's jump to the New Holland. We will... Just trying to think. No, I definitely don't need narrow tyres, surely. But I want to check. I do want to check to make sure that I've got tram lines set up, because I want to follow the tram lines that precision farming kind of gives us. So I need to actually empty out this little bit, don't I? Which is such a pain. Oh God, what a place to drop that. That's me faffing. I'm going to have to nudge that out of the way now. I'm going to have to move it out of the way because I don't want to fill back up with herbicide, and it just makes sense to leave it on the trailer. So for now, we'll just bob that there. I should have thought about that when I dropped it out. There we go, we've got liquid fertilizer going in. So yeah, I need to check for starters this sprayer. We want to find out its working width. So we've got a 27 meter sprayer. And then while this is filling up again, just to get it full, we're going to go to the field and we're going to set this up. So we want to do tram lines. Our width is going to be 27. And that's that one done. And then we also need to do this field. Same, 27. And what we should be finding, not yet, but when we come back out, we should be finding that the fields have now got a bit of crop missing for us to, well, basically got tram lines in to follow along. So this is the last one. Bob's your uncle. Right. Bob is your uncle, as they say. So, I don't know if it's going to be instant, but we'll find out. We'll get out to the fields and find out. I mean, we can cut across this way. And we might start with that field just up there, just to see. It might be because the fields are already kind of planted in and everything. It might be that they don't show up. I don't know. But we've always got GPS. And I will be turning on just on the front of the tractors, on the, just seeing these scanners. We're going to put on the scanners, which should allow us to give a better spray of nitrogen. Fingers crossed. So we haven't got any tram lines in currently. We have set the tram lines up through precision farming, but I think we need to progress into the next in-game day. So unfortunately, we're going to have to do this with just GPS whilst driving through the fields. I mean, it's not the end of the world. As long as we don't do crop damage, so that's what matters to me. Let's unfold here. I'll go shut the gate. Because obviously we've got sheep in there. And it looks like a deer as well. And yeah, let's make sure we bring up the F1 menu. I'm also going to first just set up my steering assist. I only want one headland pass. That'll be fine. Let's lock onto that. But we do need to make sure when we find the command for it, turn on crop sensor. So now the crop sensor is on. You can probably just notice, in fact I'll show you, just so you can see that something has happened. Can you see this section here? It's now a different colour. You can just see it. That's showing the true nitrogen level. So it's scanning it and showing that we're actually quite, we're a bit lower than what we first would have thought we were. And yeah, that is because the NIR scanner that's technically sitting on the front is changing it as we go through. I'll try and make it so you can see it. That's not the best one. This one. You can just see it now changing a little bit as it goes through the field at the front. So it does make a difference, and it does actually say you should be doing it in like the spring months of when the crop's growing. So if it's a winter crop, it's still the same, because obviously it will just grow. It carries on growing. It kind of goes dormant over winter after you've planted it in. And then it kind of grows a bit more in the spring, and that's when it starts flowering, you would say. In effect, it starts getting a bit more green than just its original kind of planted and first growth stages. So, yeah. That is the time to turn it on. It does say that somewhere in the kind of like help menu section for precision farming. I will just get that up because I want to make sure it's not changed. They might have changed it, but I hope they haven't. So nitrogen, where is the crop sensors? I actually can't see it. It might be there. There you go, application in spring. So yeah, that's the time to do the spraying. But we got plenty of fields to get sprayed. We got 4. What we got? I've actually forgot the number now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crop fields. Then we've got some grass fields that I've mowed that needs a bit of fertilizer. And because we haven't got the manure or the slurry, probably in the next episode or maybe in between episodes, I'm going to do some solid fertilizer in that. We actually bought that previously, so we're ready to go. But in this one, we're going to finish off now and get all these fields sprayed.
When deceiving. Got no friends, no family, just my backwards hat. And all these days feel empty, but there's no going back. It helps having you, having me, in this land of mirrors and weed. Walk the line, you walk through the fire, separate the truth from desire. It helps having you, having me, in this land of mirrors and weed. Walk the line, you walk through the fire, separate the truth from desire.
Right, welcome back. We've done a good chunk. Tis a bit of a mess, though. I will say that. Even with the scanner on, it didn't look like it was doing a nice kind of even spread of the nitrogen. Now, I have missed a tiny bit here and a tiny bit there. That's just because I've ran out, so I am going to finish that off. But I kind of need to figure out what to do here. So I thought this was a good point to kind of stop, because I had a strange thing go on, a completely strange thing where I was driving through from that field to this field to start, and I started doing crop destruction. But then as soon as I slowed down, the crop destruction stopped. And I checked, and I thought, wait a minute, have I got crop destruction on? And I have. And I have got, obviously, large tyres, and I think from probably growth stage 4 onwards, I would, probably expect to do crop destruction in the barley fields, basically. So I should have noticed that. And I didn't mind. I thought, okay, well, I'll just do some tram lines and manual tram lines like I've done before. But then they stopped, like I said. And then I did my turn, and they happened again. And then they stopped. So then I reversed, and they happened again. And I thought, right, I'm leaving this until I either get tram lines appear from the next growth stage, or I either turn the crop destruction off or put narrow tyres on. They're my only options, but I'm going to leave these two until I figure it out. I think I might do the spraying on these fields in the next month. So when it gets to growth stage 5, and we're in, May, I'll do the barley fields, because it's just confused me. I think it might have something to do with the fact that I've turned the tram lines on, and I'm probably driving over the tram lines, because obviously I've got it connected to the kind of the guidance steering, so the GPS, and it's probably the same as what the tram lines are. So because I'm driving over the tram lines that I can't see, I can't visualize them, I'm not doing crop destruction there. But then when I do the turns, I do the crop destruction. So it makes me think that until I can visualize them, it's too difficult to kind of judge. So I either need to go to narrow tyres or just turn it off. So that's pretty much where I'm at. But with the tank emptying on the tractor and the sprayer, it makes sense for me to just stop it there. I think we've done quite a lot. We've got the Massey, which is really good. We've sorted out the cows, kept them going. Like I said, we're going to have a massive influx, and I'm looking forward to that when we're having the stock come in. Do you know the one thing I know? And I actually noticed something. If you go up to the kind of cow shed and look at the information, it tells you when the offspring is. So it says we're having offspring in 5 months. So in 5 months, we're going to get an influx of calves. There's going to be quite a few of them. So 5 months' time from now, around, heavy summertime. Well, it's actually October. So like September, October. So basically just the end of summer, start of autumn. Yeah, we're going to have quite a lot of young stock. So in the winter months, we really do need the feed, because we're going to have loads of cows in. We're going to have to organise them, put them into the, into the right cow sheds, and just have it set up in a way that makes a bit more sense. That's about it. Let me just... Oh, we definitely don't want herbicide. It's happened again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up this herbicide and then drop out. this will finish it off, and I'll make sure to get this done. And then I'll probably swing back over to the small holding series, and we'll go from there. But I need to get this fertiliser done. And I also need to find a spot for these RBCs that makes a bit more sense. But let's just park this up here for a second. There we go. Job done. Them tyres are getting close. 73% worn. I want to see them fully worn before I even think of swapping them out. There we go. What am I actually on with the fermenting of these bales? 38%. So, yeah, it's going quick. But I do think that's probably a perfect point for me to end the episode on. It's been a good one. Got lots to do. Got through a bit of a job, you know, we chipped away. Still plenty to do, like I said, though. But after the fertilising, really, on them fields, well, because we didn't have weeds because we've started a new save, technically imported it over, yeah, we don't have to worry about herbicide or anything. So, yeah, after the fertilising, that's it. We'll be doing the harvesting. So I'll get the 2 barley fields sorted out, go into the next in-game month, get them fertilised, and yeah, we'll probably see what's going on in May. Might jump a bit thinking about it because we're not going to be able to do any work on the fields except solid fertiliser in the grass fields, which I probably would like to do. So I might also do that in between this episode and the next one. I'll get all the fertiliser sorted out on all the fields, jump forward to either the second cut, or we'll jump forward to maybe the first harvest, depending on what comes first. Second cut's going to be important because it's going to be hay. So we really need to try and get some good sunny weather. So I ideally want to be doing it in thinking about it, May, June, July. I'm going to say July or August, which is when the second cut should happen, is going to be the perfect month. We should get some hot weather and we can dry out the hay as well at the same time. So yeah, it should hopefully, fingers crossed, all match up and work smoothly. Hopefully, anyway. But on that note, I'll leave it there. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a thumbs up for me. That really does help me out. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator. See you, everybody.